So here we are back in SSMS, and I want to demonstrate how Union is used. And again, I really strongly recommend when you're trying to craft your SQL injection attacks, jump into a query editor like SSMS or an equivalent for another relational database management system and actually write your queries. Execute them. Make sure that you understand the syntax. And then when you're clear on that, you can start throwing them at a web application via a SQL injection attack. But if you're not sure on the syntax to use, then it's very hard to actually do that. So here's what I want to do. Let's just start by our good old select star from color. And we'll run that, and here is our result. So we've seen this. We know how a select statement now works. What I'll do now is just jump down a couple of lines, and now let's select star from city. Now I'm going to press F5 to run, but I've not highlighted just a single statement. So it's actually going to run both of them. Let's go. So here we can see two result sets. The top one is obviously the colors, and the bottom one is obviously the cities. Let's now take a look at what that union operator does. And we're just going to slot it right in between these two statements. Line returns don't matter, so it can go right here. Now let's run this. So here we now see one result set. So this is a combination of both results. And in fact, if we have a look at these results, we can see that it's interspersed colors, cities, color, city, color, city. And you can see here it's actually ordered by ID. Ones, twos, threes. But everything's mixed in together. Now both color and city have a column called name. So we can see that on the right here. But you'll notice that the ID has picked up color ID because that union operator uses the column names from the first select statement. Now, as you'll see in a moment with our case, that will actually work out just fine because the application is expecting the column names of the first select statement. And you'll see what I mean by that in just a moment. One other thing I want to point out here though, this union operator only works because the first select statement and the second select statement have got the same number of columns of the same data type. If we went and changed this second statement, so instead of star we took, let's just say name, and we ran that, you see now we've got a problem. And what it's saying is that all the queries have got to have the same number of columns returned by the result. So what you'll see as we jump into this SQL injection attack is that we've got to make sure that the query that we append in our attack returns the same number of columns as the query that the application is already running. So that's enough of the overview on this union operator because it is really very simple. Let's now jump over to the sample vulnerable web application and actually start to use this in anger in an injection attack.